A philosopher died in 1900 broke, alone, and ignored by almost every person alive at the time. He never owned a smartphone. He never scrolled through a feed. He never ordered food to his door with the tap of a finger. And yet, more than 100 years before any of that existed, he described exactly the kind of person modern life is quietly turning all of us into. He gave that person a name. He called him the last man. By the end of this, you will understand what Nietzsche saw coming, why comfort is not the reward you think it is, and what he believed was the only way back. This is Friedrich Nietzsche. To understand the warning, you have to understand what Nietzsche believed was happening to civilization. Not politically, not economically, something deeper. He looked at the world around him and saw a quiet collapse. Not of buildings or governments, but of the human will. People were becoming softer, not through weakness of body, but through an addiction to ease. They were trading the struggle that built them for a life that demanded nothing of them. He wrote about this in Thus Spoke Zarathustra. His prophet descends from the mountains to offer humanity the concept of the Übermensch, the higher version of the human being who transcends comfort, creates meaning, and refuses mediocrity. The crowd listens. And then, instead of reaching for that higher version, they ask for something else entirely. They ask for the last man. The last man is not a villain. That is what makes him so dangerous. He does not destroy anything. He simply stops striving. He finds a temperature he can tolerate, a routine he can manage, a level of stimulation that keeps him distracted without ever making him grow. He blinks. That is the gesture Nietzsche gave him. A slow, satisfied blink. A creature so comfortable, he has forgotten there was ever anything worth being uncomfortable for. Now look at the world we have built. In the last 30 years, human beings have engineered the most sophisticated comfort machine in history. You do not need to be bored because your phone fills every second of silence. You do not need to be lonely because there are feeds and likes and notifications to simulate connection without the cost of real intimacy. You do not even need to sit with a difficult emotion before something in your hand offers you a way out of it. Every friction that once built character has been quietly removed. And the removal feels like progress. It is sold as progress. Who would stand in front of a faster, easier, more comfortable world and call it a trap? Nietzsche would. And he would say the trap is not in the comfort itself. It is in what the comfort costs without ever telling you. He had a phrase for what he believed was the fundamental drive behind all human life: the will to power. Not power over others, as it is usually misread. Power over the self. The drive to grow, to overcome, to push against resistance and come out stronger on the other side. And the engine needs resistance to run. A muscle that is never loaded does not stay the same. It atrophies. The same mechanism, Nietzsche argued, runs in the human spirit. A person who never tolerates the weight of a hard thing, who always finds the shortcut and takes it, is not resting their will to power. They are extinguishing it. Slowly, invisibly, one removed friction at a time. The last man is not born. He is made by 1,000 small choices to take the easier path until the harder path stops feeling like an option at all. This is where the story turns, because Nietzsche did not stop at the diagnosis. He called the modern disease nihilism. Not the theatrical kind where someone declares nothing matters and storms out of the room, the quiet kind. The kind where nothing feels urgent enough to pursue, where no cause feels real enough to sacrifice for. where a person scrolls through life looking for something meaningful and never quite landing on it. The boredom underneath modern comfort is not a side effect. It is the symptom of a will to power that has nothing left to push against. His answer was 2 words: amor fati, love of fate, not tolerating what is difficult, not accepting it through gritted teeth, loving it. Understanding that the suffering, the resistance, the failures that crack something open inside you, these are not interruptions to your life. They are the material your life is actually built from. What does not kill me, he wrote, makes me stronger. That line has been printed on gym walls until it has lost its edge entirely. But Nietzsche meant something precise. Adversity has a structural function. A life engineered to remove all hardship quietly dismantles the internal architecture that holds a person together, beam by beam, without them noticing until the whole thing sways. Then came his most unsettling idea: eternal recurrence. Imagine a demon appeared to you and said this: the life you are living right now, you will have to live again and again. Every wasted afternoon, every moment you chose comfort over courage, repeated in the same sequence, forever. His question was not whether you believed it. His question was what that thought did to you. Did it crush you? Or were you already living in a way you would choose again without reservation? Most people, confronted honestly with that thought, feel the weight of the wasted hours, the scrolling, the settling, the avoidance Nietzsche intended them to. Because the eternal recurrence is not a theory about time. It is a mirror. It shows you, without the soft light of future plans, what your actual life looks like right now. And if what you see is the last man, blinking comfortably, waiting for something outside himself to make his life feel like it means something, the answer was always the same: stop waiting. The Übermensch is not a superhero. He is the person who decides to create his own meaning rather than inherit it, who chooses the harder path because he understands the easier one leads nowhere worth going, who looks at suffering directly and refuses to be diminished by it. He is, in other words, the person that modern life is specifically designed to prevent you from becoming. So here is the answer to the question I promised. Why is modern life making you mentally weak? Not because it is evil or corrupt or run by bad people, but because a world designed entirely around removing resistance removes the very thing Nietzsche believed a human being cannot survive without. The weight that builds you is the same weight the modern world is constantly offering to lift. And every time you let it, the muscle that holds up everything else gets a little smaller. Nietzsche died in 1900, having never been taken seriously in his own lifetime. His books sold almost nothing. He spent his final years in silence. He would not have been surprised. The last man was never going to celebrate the man warning him that he was becoming one.